Hi, and welcome to our LabLINK video demonstration series. Today we are going to cover creating a new test request. We are now ready to create our first test request. And to do that, from the home screen, we will navigate to the test request here. And now I will click the Create button. And when we create a test request, we need to pick a procedure that we want to create that test request based off of. And the one that we just created is labeled Demo Mileage Accumulation Test. So I'm going to click here. And that's going to pull in all of the information that we are asking the user to input. By default, it's going to provide a test name for me, and I can change this if I would like. It does not have to be this specific format. I need to pick a laboratory where this test will be scheduled and executed at. And in my case here, I'm going to use LINK Europe Vehicle Testing. And then I can select a primary user and a secondary user. And if I needed to, I could update our estimated runtime and our estimated report time hours. So if I knew something new about this procedure as opposed to when it was originally created, or the specific customer may need additional time for reporting, I can make those modifications as necessary. And I'm going to enter in a promise date on when we are saying that this test should be complete. Okay, so now for the different sections that we created here that contain one or more parameters each, we need to enter the information that's being asked of us. So for our customer name, this is just a free-form text field. Same thing with our address. Now for the section for the basic vehicle information, I have a couple of drop-down menus. So for the color of the vehicle, I'm going to select yellow. And for the number of doors, I'm going to select 2. Now for the specific vehicle information, this is a numeric field, and we're looking for the displacement or the engine size. And we'll notice here we have a drop-down menu where we can select different units within the same unit class. So for volumetric displacement, liters is what we are using for our default, but we can select any of the other in this drop-down menu. So I'm going to leave this at liters, and we will say that this is a 5.7 liter engine. Okay, so a normal test request would have more information than this, but for our demonstration purposes, we are now ready to create. And to do that, we're going to go to the upper right-hand corner here, and we will click the blue checkmark box that says Create Test Request. And it does a validation check, and it looks for all of our parameters to be valid. And it looks like I have passed this. And now it's going to ask me, are you sure you want to create this test request? And I will click the blue button that says Create. And we have now created this test request. So the test request state is now listed as created. And if I was to click in this drop-down menu here, we'll notice that there are many different states that the test request can be in depending upon its stage in the testing process. We will also notice now, if I go back to my test request home, that I now have a listing of all the test requests associated in my name. And the one that we see right here would be the one that was just created a couple of moments ago, or a few seconds ago, according to this here. That concludes our demonstration of the test request module and test request design that does not require any coding in the background of the database.